On this 13th day of Vlogmas, what does Sandy Mom have for you? Ak eglite, six Geister Tuganesse. Well, today, this vlog will be different than the one on my other channel, because what has gone on with these tornadoes and these disasters and all, given me time to think. And I'm sure it's given you all time to think. And I do a lot of thinking. I'm also the CEO of the Thinking Club and the Worrying Club. But you can join me. There's no price to pay to be a member. I'm sure you know how easy it is to do. But anyhow, I started thinking, the world is made up of people that I think as a whole don't really appreciate what they have, other people, until it's too late. Which things like this in the other video for day 13 I wrote about how there should be good there's usually is good that comes out of bad, and the only thing I can think of good out of the bad of the tornadoes and the loss is you realize how important people are to you. Then I started to think a little further, because that's what I do best. And I started thinking, when people die, people and you go to a funeral or on TV, someone famous or tragic deaths like we've been having in our area, everyone is so wonderful and kind and nice and everything. But do you ever hear about that when they're alive? No, you don't. What is it about people that people take people for granted? I don't know. Just like when you're in the store. I haven't heard it actually during this whole almost 2 years. But usually when you go to the grocery store, they say, "How are you?" And usually people say, "Good" or "Fine." Because you know what? If you started telling someone how you really were, they wouldn't care. They don't really care. It's just a thing you say. That's kind of, there goes my fridge if you heard it. It's just a thing, are we such a cold society that we don't care? I know I do. If I ask someone how they are, I really care. I don't mind listening to how they are. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been home so long. I'm not talking about just this thing that's going on, but I've been raising my children. I've been home, and if I get to go out of the house, this is prior to all this, I like to talk to people, listen to people, because, all I had all those years was mama, baba, whatever little words, no adult talk. Or maybe it's because I have too much sympathy. I remember when I was going to school to be a nurse, one of my professors said to me, "Sandy, you're going to be a bad nurse." I'm like, "What? I thought I'm doing a good job." When someone couldn't get blood from someone's vein, they called Sandy. When someone couldn't do something with a Brovac, they called Sandy. When they had to change someone's diaper in a nursing home, they didn't call Sandy. Ironically, I had 8 children. Go figure. But the reason why is they said you have too much sympathy, and I would get burned out. And I kind of put that in the backspace of my mind. And then when I was working as a suicide counselor, the attending of the department sat me down and said, "Sandy, you're really good at what you do, but I'm afraid you're going to get burned out. You need to learn empathy, not sympathy." Then I started to think, just recently, when all this was happening, maybe the world, people, just use empathy the wrong way. They don't want to put their whole hearts in a situation, which I always do. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be able to change that. But they don't, and they just have empathy, but they take it to the polar opposite of what empathy is. Empathy is you care, but you don't suck yourself into a situation. But you also just don't, like, empathize with someone and then walk away and say, screw it. That's not empathy either. I think our world as a whole, not everyone, but as a whole, most majority, especially over the last almost 2 years, have gotten cold, cruel, mad. A lot of mad people. And I know where we are, there's going to be a lot of mad people because they're having the mask mandate again. I personally, I'm very happy about it. I've been walking around with 2 masks on. Well, I don't go much, but the lab, wherever I go, I have to go. I wear 2 masks. I don't know how they're going to mandate it in the grocery store. I can only imagine. I think they should just stand there and either show your card. I guess if you've been vaccinated, you don't need a mask, but I think everyone should because they're telling us people vaccinated, you still can get the virus spread and so on and so forth. But anyhow, I veered to the left as usual. I think that's why whatever I started talking about at the beginning of this vlog, I don't remember. Doing too much thinking, obviously. I think people need to realize, like I always say, you know, be kind to people because you don't know what they're going through. You know, there's a story. Oh, I should have looked it up. But it's something I heard long ago about, I don't know, I think it was 2 boys, or a boy and a girl, I don't know, and walking home from school, and the kid was kind of lonely or sad, or I don't know. Long story short, they had no friend, and someone went up to them and started talking to them. I'm probably saying the story all wrong, but something like this. This is the gist of it. And that person who nobody talked to was going to commit suicide. But they didn't because someone took the time to give them the time. So I think from all this and all the tragedies that go on, where we live, there's so many deaths. It's breaking news every night. Someone's getting shot, killed. I think somehow people have to learn to open our hearts and the anger, just squish it down, you know. It's awful what's going on in the world. You know, I sit here at home, and sure it would be nice to go out. Sure it would be nice if, you know, trying to do these recipes for you, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if I don't have something, you know, I can't just run out. Because, you know, I got to get all my gear, my mask and my gloves and, you know, all that. And is it really worth it? Because everything that's out there, my car is old, will it break down? Who knows with the weather? Do I resent that? I don't really resent it, but, you know, I wish things were different. I'm not a person who likes change at all. I like things to stay the way they are. So I think people just have to somehow, well, they don't have to do anything, but it would be nice if they could find it in their heart instead of being mad all the time, especially in the grocery store. That's where I found it. Maybe it's the high prices, and Lord knows I can't stand it because I'm wondering pretty soon Polly and I will even be able to eat the way things are. It's just unbelievable, the prices. But do I get mad about it? No. I just start figuring in my head, what can I pay? What can't I pay? We have to eat. Everybody has to eat. So people should just think, as I always keep stressing, we're all under the same umbrella together. We're all under the same sky, no matter where we are. We are all going through this awful thing together. And therefore, if people would just reach out and think about others, and just think, I always think, what is this person going through? Again, I think too much. You know, what's wrong with giving a smile? And you can smile with your eyes. Well, I do. My mom always said I smile with my eyes, but you can see when people smile. You know, or give them a look. They know you're looking at them. Especially in this time that we're going through. Just a little look. If you know how to wink, but I don't know if winking is the right thing. Might give the wrong idea. I wish I knew how to wink. But anyhow, This is the other part of the video. So if you've gone to my other channel, this one's different. If you're this channel, go to the other one. That one's different. So I hope the lesson that's learned out of this tragedy, and much more to come, I'm sure, is to reach out and be kind before it's too late. So for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you know when I put out a video. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Paid for, feels good in your heart, Polly's heart and my heart. Don't forget to call a friend, help a friend, be a friend. Be kind to others. You don't know what they're going through. Be kind to yourself, give yourself grace, and most importantly, stay safe. Bye for now.